Hello and welcome back to the Elsie version. Today we are in chapter 13 of Hosea. We're going to start in verse 13 of chapter 12 and then go into chapter 13 afterwards. This is in context. Israel has had some terrible kings, really evil, and Judah has had like one or two, but Ephraim and Israel are kind of like the same kings. But anyway, so let's read verse 13 from chapter 12 and then 14 and then chapter 13. By a prophet the Lord brought Israel up from Egypt, and by a prophet he was guarded. Ephraim has been given bitter provocation, so his Lord will leave his blood guilt on him and will repay him for his disgraceful deeds. When Ephraim spoke, there was trembling. He was exalted in Israel, but he incurred guilt through Baal and died. Baal, again, false prophet. Not false prophet, false god. He's an idol. It's a demon. Verse 2. And now they sin more and more and make for themselves metal images, idols skillfully made of their silver, all of them the work of craftsmen. It is said of them, those who offer human sacrifice kiss calves. So Israel was so evil, they were sacrificing humans and children and a bunch of other things. And they were very, very, very evil. Verse 3. Therefore they shall be like the morning mist, or like the dew that goes early away, like the chaff that swirls from the threshing floor, or like smoke from a window. But I am the Lord your God from the land of Egypt. You know no God but me, and beside me there is no Savior. So God is saying, listen, you are so evil, and you are going to fade like the mist. However, I am the only God there ever is and ever will be, and the only God you've ever known. These other ones, not real. All right? Verse 5. It was I who knew you in the wilderness, in the land of drought. But when they had grazed, they became full. They were filled, and their heart was lifted up. Therefore they forgot me. So he's like, you literally had plenty, and so you forgot me. So I am to them like a lion. Like a leopard, I will lurk beside the way. Verse 8. I will fall upon them like a bear robbed of her cubs. I will tear open their breast, and there I will devour them like a lion, as a wild beast would rip them open. So the Lord is going to give back what they are owed. Verse 9, he destroys you, O Israel, for you are against me, against your helper. Where now is your king to save you in all your cities? Where are all your rulers, those of whom you said, give me a king and princes? I gave you a king in my anger, and I took him away in my wrath. So something you'll know by reading the Old Testament, God never wanted them to have kings. He didn't want them to have judges. He was like, I will just talk to you. But they didn't want that. They wanted what they wanted. And they wanted kings. So finally he gave them Saul. And then things have spiraled out of that. Let's see here. Verse 12, the iniquity of Ephraim is bound up, his sin is kept in store. The pangs of childbirth come for him, but he is an unwise son. For at the right time he does not present himself at the opening of the womb. I shall ransom them from the power of Sheol, basically death. I shall redeem them from death. O death, where are your plagues? O Sheol, where is your sting? Compassion is hidden from my eyes. So we have quoted that before, and it gets quoted again in the New Testament by Paul. And I think it's really cool that it comes from this, where the Bible's literally talking about how evil Israel is, but how God is still going to redeem them in the long run. Like, so evil, and yet God's going to redeem them. And he says, compassion is hidden from my eyes. Verse 15, though he may flourish among his brothers, the east wind, the wind of the Lord shall come, rising from the wilderness, and his fountain shall dry up. His spring shall be parched, it shall strip his treasury of every precious thing. Samaria shall bear her guilt, because she has rebelled against her God. They shall fall by the sword, their little ones shall be dashed in pieces, and their pregnant women ripped open. Well, that is really super depressing. But as the narrative has been these last few chapters, it talks about God, you know, redeeming Israel, and it talks about God, you know, redeeming Judah, and it talks about God, you know, redeeming Ephraim, and it talks about God, you know, redeeming Israel. It talks about God being like, you've rejected me, and now you're doing all this evil, and so because you're doing all this evil, I'm going to repay you for this evil, but just know I love you. But also, I'm going to repay you for this evil, and you're going to be desolate, and all these bad things are going to happen to you because you chose this. Like, you literally chose this. Like, God warned them multiple times through multiple prophets, don't do these things, and they didn't listen. So, anyway, so come back tomorrow. We got one more chapter in Hosea, and then it is, the book ends. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you tomorrow.